Coach, when you flip the film on, what do you see that's working for them with this new James Harden presence that your defense needs to be aware of tonight?
They're all great players, and they're going to figure it out at some point. And, I think they've all said it. It takes some time to get acclimated, and James Harden is getting acclimated with his teammates. Russ is sacrificing coming off the bench now. They're playing hard defensively. They're figuring it out offensively. They're a good team. They're going to be a good team, and those are the things that we're watching on film.
And as far as Westbrook coming off the bench, how much of a challenge is that going to be for your second unit tonight?
It's a challenge for us for sure. He plays a physical game. He's dynamic in transition. Him and Zubac have like a good synergy going on. He's hitting the pocket. So he's a primetime player coming off the bench, and we definitely have to be aware of him.
Just kind of backing that up, it's a little unusual in the NBA. You think of Golden State, but how challenging is it to play a team with this much experience as well as the talent?
It definitely presents challenges. Like I said, they're well coached. Their defense is at a high level. They're figuring out how to play off each other offensively. They got a lot of weapons. So, we have to come in and execute on both ends of the floor, make sure our game plan discipline is at a high level.
You had a really good homestand, a lot of energy, and you fed off the crowd. How anxious are you to see how that's going to translate for your team now on the road?
It's more important for us to come in with the mindset of a business mindset, no matter where we are, home, road. It was great being home and having those games under our belt, but in the NBA, you got to be able to win on the road. And if you want to be a good team, you got to be able to win on the road. This is going to be a good challenge for us tonight, especially with the in-season tournament, being a part of this.
Hey, Willie, good to see you.
Hey, Mark.
How have you seen both Zion and the group itself evolve through the season with figuring out how to best use them?
Yeah, it's an ongoing process for us, especially with him and B.I., him and C.J., they just hadn't had a lot of time on the floor. I mean, similar to what we're talking about in terms of the Clippers. And so the more we can get some practice time, some shoot-around time, watch some film, the better we're going to get.
Willie, with CJ, he's been out for a little while now, and Dyson's been starting in that spot. Like, how does that kind of put more responsibility on Brandon and Zion, and how do you feel like those guys have handled it?
I think they've handled it well, but to your point, it's definitely putting more on their shoulders. But collectively, as a group, everyone on our team has to step up when we have guys out. We have to do more as a coaching staff. Our players have to do a bit more, and that bit more is not going outside of yourself. It's just picking up the defensive intensity. Graf, you talked about the energy being at home, picking up our energy, making sure we're detailed, our game plan discipline is at a high level. And so I think definitely B.I. and Z have done a great job of elevating the group, but the whole group has done more to put us in the position to win games.
Coach, as far as your growth as a team, what do you think your team is going to do this season as far as taking another step, because you've been in playoffs and so on and so forth, but the team is measured? How do you measure them this early in the season?
Well, we definitely have inside expectations. We don't walk into a season without them, but I keep that between us. I don't like coming in here talking about what we're going to do, what we're going to expect it to do. It's about putting the work in, being committed to that work, because we're all capable. It's about what we're willing to put in, the work that we're willing to put in, and what we're willing to do on the floor.
Coach, are you surprised with Jordan Hawkins' emergence this early in the season, knowing that he's only a rookie?
I'm not. I've watched him throughout his career at UConn. I've watched him overcome adversity and play different roles for that team. He won a championship there, and we're all grateful to have him as a part of our group. And he's going out playing extremely well right now, and we look forward to him continuing to play like this. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you.